Here from DAC, I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we're getting ready to get into our third game of the day in Group A, which is OG versus Vici game.
Yep. Let's see if OG can bounce back, because they had a very rough first game versus Keen. We had a debut of the Sebastian Magnus on LAN, and it didn't go so hot. So we're going to see what they can pull out this game. And
it was picked very early on.
It was a first two-pick mag as well.
So maybe we'll see it again, but maybe a little later in the draft. They really want to try it, but I think that game could have been a bit of a deterrent for them picking the Magnus.
Yeah,
it was very hard.
I also think like in that game, I mean, we don't see Keen too much, so we can. I'll say straight up, like I think Vici's stronger team than Keen.
Yeah.
So
no, this is more of a challenge.
They're really gonna have to step it up this game in order to be able to take it to them. And we got the draft coming underway right now.
Let's get it on your screen. So we're a couple of bans in, as we have the DP and Omni being taken out by OG, and that Chen pick being banned out by Vici Gaming.
Was that Chen actually? I
think it was ignored in some of the drafts. It was ignored in some of the other drafts that we've had today.
No, it did get banned in the first three in the OG versus Keen, but it was ignored. The next series it was ignored.
Yeah. So that DP, I mean the DP, of course, that was in. It was in the first game. Played against OG by Keen, and it was really good.
Yeah, Old Chicken had a very good DP game. I mean, he died a few times, but his rotations, I was very, very happy with his rotations. He was being very, very aggressive on the hero. So
understandable that they take DP out. Just sort of the memories of playing against Keen. They do not want to let Vici Gaming have a chance to do something similar with the Death Prophet. And also
they're playing versus Vici.
Yeah.
You see Vici, you see Ori, you ban Death Prophet.
And you ban the DK.
Yeah, that's like his two staple heroes that he likes to play a lot of the time. So looks like Vici's taking the approach of banning out JRX's heroes. I think that's usually a very good approach versus OG. And they take out the gyro.
So we got the Tiny left in.
Yep, Tiny's left in.
Tiny is left.
Tiny, Razor, Sanking. Those are the top. And Willow, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, you did say what Vici
likes to play the Willow a lot.
We know that OG play the Willow.
Yeah.
So a first phase Willow is not out of the question between these two teams.
10 seconds.
What did I say? Tiny, Willow, Razor, and Sanking. I think those four are probably the top four raiders.
We did see though the JRX Willow sort of suffer when they played it game one. It wasn't the most convincing of performances, and they'll change it up. They'll take the Elder Titan, which was banned against them.
Banned against them in the first series, and I mean first best of one. I'll say I'm not going to say series so much, but yeah, this is a hero that has very high skill ceiling, and JRX, this is one of his true.
I mean, if you're at Vici Gaming, is it understandable to be more scared of the JRX Tusk than the Elder Titan? Out of those two, is there one you'd rather he not play?
I guess they want to be able to like Tusk can mess up your game plan, at least in a lot more in like the laning phase. Like the Elder Titan, you need to have you need to like wait for that 1 minute creep spawn in order to really have that pressure, and then it's a later on thing. I think they're just. You just don't want to play versus Tusk. It just messes you up a bit.
Razor.
And is it going to be
Razor Tiny?
Razor Tiny, Razor Sanking.
What do they want here?
Razor Tiny, Razor Sanking, or I'm not too sure. They could still go Willow.
10 seconds
they could, yeah, Willow's still there.
Let
5
us
seconds
see.
remaining.
See down the line as well if they get any strong heroes against the Elder Titan. Obviously, the one that you have to watch out for in this draft is the Lifesteal. And the Willow is, So, as I say, Lifesteal, I think you've got to be worried about Vici Gaming picking it out. They're not going to want to pick it soon, but it's definitely one of those heroes if you're playing an Elder Titan that can just totally ruin the ET sort of impact as a 4.
Yeah.
We'll see if they do slip something like that through later on.
Do they want to take Tiny now? That is the question.
5
OG.
seconds remaining.
Well, I don't know. What else they've been picking with the ET? Any sort of support combos that have been very strong? What have we got for Fly? I mean, Witch Doctor's still there.
I mean,
that seems to be pretty popular at the moment.
I think I just like the Tiny, to be honest. I think it's. I mean, it's just great hero. You have such burst potential too with Elder Titan with the aura.
Yeah, I mean, the Tiny absolutely makes sense. But, we've sort of called that out a few times before.
We did it.
People have been ignoring it.
Yeah, OG, they have picked it before, though, with Elder Titan as well. So that's why I'm leaning a little bit more toward it. Other hero, I mean, maybe. Yeah, actually, I'm not too sure.
No, they could just pick Flies here. The Witch Doctor. I mean, maybe even some like the Dazzle that they like to play.
The Viper.
Oh. That's okay. Well, I guess one of those heroes, you build the hood and such, the damage of the Dark Willow is not as much of a threat for this core.
I think
but
it's like
quite an early Viper. I mean,
it's an early Viper pick.
And as we've been saying, there's a lot of very strong heroes still in the pool. You're picking it over them.
And strong heroes versus the Viper too, right? Like we see a lot of the times like the PL gets picked, the CK some of the times too. So we'll see what Vici wants to go for here. But yeah, early Viper pick coming out. And OG, they have not really played it too much Viper, but it is a little bit of it's a different instance of players.
Exactly,
because, they've got Mad.
They've got the player change up, so you can almost certainly assume that Mad will just take that to the mid lane. He's trying to trying something out a little bit different here.
Let's put the matchup, I guess, maybe versus the Razor a bit, but Viper pretty slow. You can get linked, but at least you're a ranged hero, and you're going to build into a Hurricane Pike for the most part of the games. You can at least be able to distance yourself a bit.
And ban out the no-tail Lycan.
Yeah, I think taking out Lycan when you have Razors, really strong here. I think like Razor and the CK is always one that I always look at it as well when you have Razor. CK is devastating.
And I think
for a Razor.
there's still the chance that no-tail just plays the Terrorblade again.
Yeah, that's true. I think actually they might have to ban the TB. That's a good point. I've kind of slipped my mind for a second.
They've got ways to punish early on. The Dark Willow could be very strong. I mean, we've all seen clips of a Dark Willow solo killing a Terrorblade, the high amounts of magic damage that the Willow can do.
I mean, it's going to be a support, though. And yeah, they take out the Terrorblade. Yeah, I think you were spot on with that. I think when you have Razor, you have to ban out
and now they're banning it, the heroes that are good against the Viper. One of them we didn't mention, the Brew, that we've seen a lot of times sort of been picked to go in the lane against it, can do very well with the Drunken Haze and such in that matchup. So OG banning out sort of these heroes that are going to give Mad trouble in the mid lane. I think that's definitely the right way to play when you're putting Mad against Dory. This is going to be a tough lane for Mad.
Yeah.
You want to make it as nice as possible.
It is interesting, though. I don't really see too many teams actually do that, like Brew versus Viper. I think it's...
I've seen a couple.
I've seen a couple, but it's not like a lot of teams know about it.
No,
I mean,
it's not
like a lot of teams prefer it.
Yeah.
But it's, like the Drunken Haze. I mean, people share Nether Toxin is great versus the Drunken Brawler, but it's all about that lane where you just you're constantly throwing the Drunken Haze, and then later in stages, you're just throwing this Viper up in the air. And we've seen OG do it a couple times versus them. And they take out the Earth Spirit.
That's a little surprising that they ban out the Earth Spirit when the Willow's already been picked, isn't it? Because don't you expect that Willow to be played in that position, or is Vici Gaming a team that have been playing the off-lane Willow?
They've ran Earth Spirit with Willow.
Okay. So they put the Willow as the 5?
Yeah.
They put the Willow as the 5. Okay.
That's the thing, is this hero it's a flex pick. You don't really ever know if it's 4 or 5.
Absolutely. It's not a hero that needs farm. It just needs the levels, and because it's only in a 5 position payoff as well.
So what's left in the pool? Lon M heroes, I'm thinking, right? What's he want to play? I miss me some Lon M Kunkka, but I don't think that's going to happen this game.
No, we've been seeing more mid Kunkka than support Kunkka nowadays.
We have, and
with the secret games as of late. And no one really touching any more of the support position.
Okay, Clockwork. That's probably more than likely London's hero to be able to match up versus the ET. Yeah. Easy to be able to roam around.
Could still be an offlane.
It could still be
11 Clockwork. I mean, that's as of recent, have we got any clock games?
They have one, and it was not. It was support.
It was support.
And the time before that was
5 seconds remaining.
Was a core. No, it was also support.
It was support.
Yeah, it was support both times. So yeah, like we said, more than likely that's going to be Lon M running around to just match the Elder Titan. Because if you do find Elder Titan, you got pretty easy kills. And
there's that Witch Doctor for Fly we mentioned earlier. No surprise, really. Just one of those stable 5s that's getting picked a lot at the moment. People really liking to fall back on the Witch Doctor.
Always just safe, secures your lane. I mean, I'm liking CK right now for OG. There's not a lot of AoE on Vici.
5 seconds
Clockwork as well. You can pull out of the cogs any of those times, and you are trying to get aggressive. There is a Shadow Fiend now.
Oh, and they got the SF clock.
They do. Oh, we haven't
seen people get that for a long time.
I haven't seen SF clock in ages. It wasn't even on my mind anymore because of how little we do see it.
No one lets it get through the draft.
No.
It doesn't happen. But Vici Gaming have managed to get it past OG.
Okay.
And you've sort of got to ask maybe OG as well. Maybe they forgot about the SF clock because you don't normally see it. It's sort of the space being given for it to be picked.
Yep.
So SF clock for Vici Gaming. This
mid
lane. I mean, they put so much effort into trying to make sure this mid lane is going to be great for Matt, but now with a built up in terms of Souls SF against the Viper.
OG's going to have to put a dual lane there.
They've got it.
Because
they've got to put some extra
in
pressure
theory,
onto
people
the
in the past were like, oh yeah, Viper versus SF, you can have a pretty decent time if the SF doesn't have those Souls. But once you have Souls, it becomes a lot harder of a matchup.
Yeah.
So I think they will have to help Viper at least at the start. Or maybe go for like a level 1 gank thing that we've seen in the past. We'll see.
Let's see what they can do. So we're still looking for S4 and No-Tail.
S4 and No-Tail.
If you want to go for the C, I'd like to see something. If you go for the CK and the Puck, just finish off with those two. You have a great combo there. Let's go for the setup for the Elder Titan and such. And there's the Puck. I'm just going to go Puck CK.
I mean, I like that.
Do the Puck
I do.
CK, finish off with that.
I really do.
Yeah. Have a look. Final ban from Vici Gaming. We've seen teams ban out. It was what Keen Gaming banned the CK out against OG. I think we definitely
yeah.
see what
Keen banned it, and then we saw a lot of
10
times,
seconds.
at least in DreamHack, we saw the CK get banned versus the Razor a couple of times too.
Final ban from Vici. They've got to be considering banning out the Chaos Knight.
What are the other options? I mean, there's a PL. Also, that's going to be an option if OG wants to go for that too.
Sure, there's not great lockdown, so yeah, PL.
PL, CK. Those are the traditional Razor. The heroes that are great versus the Razor. What else could OG? Because the Lycan's banned, the TB's banned. Those are the usual other good ones too.
I mean, in the past, like sort of previous iterations of OG, when they picked the Viper, wasn't that normally sort of that's when we're going to put No-Tail on the Viper, and then we're going to pick someone else for Mad. We have seen Mad play the side lanes at Dream League.
It could happen.
So if they want to because of the hero player stuff, change that up, we could very well see No-Tail take the Viper, because in the past.
What would be the option though then?
So like, what are you trying to get Mad on the safe lane? Yeah. The safe lane Magnus. He's like, it didn't work mid, boys. Let me try it safe lane.
Come on, Owen. Don't ruin anybody.
He's the
with
coach.
your pub.
He's in charge. He's telling him. He's like, boy, trust me, guys. If I do it safe lane, it will work. And the PL is banned.
I think they banned the PL.
They banned the PL. So the CK is still there.
CK
That's
is there.
the one. I think, I think you either. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lone Druid as well. I think the Lone Druid or CK for No-Tail.
Lone Druid with the Puck combo too, because then they have the
I'm
Dream
thinking
Coil
around
break.
the Puck. I think you're definitely going to work around that.
I think Lone Druid or CK. I think those. I'm a little more happy if they want to go for that CK though. I think the CK is just great here because it's only SF that can deal with the illusions, and SF later on, if you get enough items on a CK, the SF's not enough. Thing is though, they have to pick first. And there are some pretty good offlaners. Oh no, it's right CK because they have the Bruise band and the Underlord band. So these are the two heroes that are incredibly good versus CK.
Yeah, I think.
What's the other one for OG? Let's think. If there is anything else.
This is the time to bring back the No-Tail Meepo. This is a good Meepo game. If they really wanted to go that, but
if they picked it, holy crap.
10 seconds.
I mean, CK looks really strong here, but we'll see what OG wants to do.
Let's have a look, OG. What do you got under your sleeves? Down to the reserve time. I only got 14 seconds of it. Not much to play with. Is it going to be the CK? CK Lone Druid or the bonus one?
Radiant.
Which one is it?
It's none of them. It's the Vici.
Okay. Well, maybe they were watching the Optic game and they're like, this hero
this
looks like a good hero. So maybe it is going to be what?
No, I imagine this will be No-Tail playing the Vici and Mad playing the Viper then.
Yeah.
Like you want No-Tail on the
Vici.
Vici.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Because then it's another hero that doesn't care too much about the link. All right. I mean, that hero is. I mean, Visage to me. I've been seeing this hero more and more games, and I'm like, this hero is actually crazy.
They get themselves the Bat Rider.
Bat is traditionally very good versus Visage too. If you get on top, you're able to break that Gravekeeper's Cloak very quickly. And it's all about the initiations.
I mean, I guess Visage is good, but I feel like I would have preferred something like a CK. But
me too. Right? I feel like that as well.
So yeah, No-Tail playing the Visage, Seb playing the Viper. Yeah, 11 Bat, Ori SF with the clock from Fenrir. It's a scary lineup from Vici Gaming. It really does feel scary. Like, I mean, OG's lineup definitely feels like if they get behind at the start with a Viper Visage core, it's going to be so hard.
There's a lot of damage on Vici's lineup.
Yes.
Well, I think like OG, I think the Visage at least solved that. Like they were lacking damage.
I mean, yeah, we saw the Visage last game when Optic played it go out. He just went absolutely off 33 and killed everybody. So
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think the lanes are going to determine a lot, at least for me, because the Clockwork Shadow Fiend can go crazy. And I mean, I haven't got a chance to see too much Vici because of we've been constantly at tournaments. I'm looking forward to see what Lanem can make happen on the Willow, because he likes to play that hero. Even as we looked at the draft, like they played it 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the last 5 days or so.
Okay.
and they've won 3 of those games.
Oh, you see as well, Ori on his SF. He's got 3 of the rare relics.
Does he?
Yeah, he's nearly got them all.
He's got 3 of the.
He's got 3 of the rare ones. He's been playing his SF.
5 hero requiems. That's a relic.
How many has he got of that?
He's got 16 5 hero requiems.
That's quite a lot. 5 here. I get. Okay, no, it doesn't mean.
I mean, it's gonna hit everybody.
It's
actually,
it hits everyone. I was imagining there were 5 hero requiems where he was underneath 5 heroes.
5 heroes. They're all
just like, that's really hard. But no, you're right.
Oh,
it covers a huge area. That's easy. Come on, Ori, step it up. I imagine to see at least triple figures on them.
So are we having, it looks like maybe potential aggro lane coming out from OG, especially with their items. S4's got some, I mean, his are kind of mixed, but No-Tails are more about that aggressive lane. So they want to dodge, okay. I guess they want to dodge the Visage being placed against that Bat Rider.
So how's Seb going to do in the mid lane against this Ori SF, do you think?
Oh, I think he's going to struggle. I think he's really going to struggle. I mean, this is one of Ori's specialties, right? Like it's the Death Prophet, it's the DK,
the SF
and
the
SF, and the Storm, and I think the Tinker too.
Yeah.
No,
is that Ori?
No, that's OP. My bad. That was old OP. And he's at 9 souls already.
Easy peasy.
All right.
Oh, let's go.
Let's do it. So Boots started on Jerax in this game on the Elder Titan.
There we go.
Here we go.
And I'm up to 12.
And full souls. And they've got time to get out to the ruins as well.
Oh, boy. So you imagine Jerax going to be sitting around mid quite a bit? Or do you think they'll just sort of leave Seb on his own?
I think they're going to be running between mid and bottom a lot on the supports on the side of OG. I think they really need to in this game too. I'm just glancing at some of the games that Lanem actually played.
He wants the runes. Can he do it? No. Yeah, actually orbs a little early. Doesn't want to stick around as it seems. But still, they will get the other 2 down bottom. So OG do get the 3 bounty runes to begin.
So Lanem doesn't look like he farms too much when he's playing the Dark Willow, at least from the previous games that I'm glancing at here. He usually tries to rush for a Yule Scepter, but okay. Jerax. Kind of run at lineup a bit here. Give him the punch. And it will be Puck versus Razor, and Vici, they do put the Bat Rider bottom to match up versus that Visage. So I think Vici got the lanes that they wanted, but they're still going to keep this aggro tri-lane down bottom now from OG. They're even running the Elder Titan down. They could get some kills here on 11 if he oversteps his bounds. There's a lot of damage coming in between these 3 once they get some levels. Don't think OG's too unhappy about this too, because they force now that S4 is going to get experience up top, right? So
yeah, it doesn't have to worry too much about the Razor. One of those rare lanes that a Razor doesn't necessarily have an easy time shutting down the enemy core. Yeah. Distance that S4 can keep. And having Lanem here as well is pretty annoying. As Lanem will do his best, can he just punch into the puck? Mid lane, hey, first wave or so. Seb's getting a look in. He has managed to get 4 for 2. Yeah. So it's the early sort of wave, which is the big warrior. Not looking too rough. Top S4. He's hunting down Lanem. Lanem keeping himself hidden. Continuously going for the pokes. Quick chase, force the orb out of S4.
Well, yeah, if you get like even like 1.5 seconds of link off, it's always very punishing versus most of these heroes. So a Fender can do down bottom, because we see OG, they did block the pull, so there will be no pull available, so they will be a bit limited on those levels, but they are running a full tri-lane, so they have to be sure to protect the bounty rune, secure them with these 3 heroes, and maybe even try to get some like pulls off from the side to keep their levels up. Yeah, but I mean, mid lane, I mean, Seb's holding his own. 8 and 3 to the 11 and 4 of the SF, right? Because we don't count the 12 to 9s. Paparazzi gets 38 damage stolen this time, so now S4 will start getting punished up here with the Willow sitting there.
So do you think the bottom lane, the tri-lane from OG is accomplishing as much as it needs to, or?
I mean, Bat's still farming just fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of looking
at. And they're splitting experience 3 ways too. I think they really have to be stacking the hard camp, so that the Elder Titan can abuse that aura, as we've seen so many times with the Astral Spirit. Excuse me. But I mean, like I said, I think Vici got the lanes they wanted.
Yeah.
I think this is the ideal.
Each time S4 gets close, he just has to
24
orb
damage.
away.
Yeah. It's 15 and 10 already on Paparazzi.
Yeah, he's
Bottom lane,
absolutely
they're looking for 11 here. Getting some damage in with the Maledict. Is it going to be enough with the Tangle regen? I don't
He's
think
going to
so.
be fine. He's got the salve as well to come out afterwards.
Banner now.
Be
Be
just,
careful.
just get himself away with the cogs. So as we're seeing each time OG trying to get aggressive, but unable to really sort of finish off a kill on these two. Now, especially that they've got the levels.
And they swap the lanes up. I think this is absolutely needed at this point. Like, No-Tail's not really getting as much as he wants to, and they're not killing his Bat Rider. So now they're going to switch it up. S4 will go bottom.
See, maybe mid lane now start to get that slightly bit harder, and the levels are there on SF. The Seb still doing his best to try and play aggressive and keep Ori at bay.
You see Jarex doing the double stack. He does actually get it as well. So
Fly actually picking up an invis.
Yeah, this could actually nut them to kill if somebody steps up too far, but
Pings did come out around it. So
yeah.
see how ready they are. Lanham backing up Ori, just in case any sort of play does come through from Fly, but he'll look to continue to move all the way up top. Knows that it's unlikely that they get anything here. They have that sentry down.
Yeah. They're fully rotating their tri lane. And Vici will respond. They've got their bad top now. They've got the raise bottom. Paparazzi will keep getting all that damage. Stolen 63.
Again, all these sentries giving full information on Fly's whereabouts, so 11 knows that he's right by the Witch Doctor, and will get himself back towards the tower into the safer position.
All right, Seb's still doing decent in the mid lane. You see SF is
It's gonna get harder
of course
and harder,
overtaken, but Jarex trying to match the movements of the supports. Calm first 5 minutes.
Yeah, still yet to see a hero fall.
Yeah. Look at this big camp stack too, Jarex. He could use this. They could look to get aggressive on the Bat Rider with it. 11's actually going to pull the wave here.
There's 3 heroes they're going to try and put a stop to it. They go for a stomp, but Jarex is able to find the connection.
He doesn't get the free pull though. They actually pull it there. Now mid.
They've got the setup with the cogs, the raises coming in. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. There's your first blood.
It was inevitable.
Rotation from the supports catches Seb off guard. They
And
set up
top
some
2,
action for
Jarex
Ori.
now taking a lot of damage. They get the stomp to slow down 11 for a bit. But he's just walking onto No-Tail now too. Visage, not really the strongest hero until you get that level 6. Those familiars.
He's got that stolen movement speed to get himself out of there. And they may see if they can play around with 11 as the Firefly ends, which does. Jarex a little early with the stomp.
11 gets it.
He stands his ground and he gets the bounty
And
rune.
he might even pick up a bottle here and actually get this bounty rune as well. Oh, he actually just takes the bounty. He had bottle queued up, but I guess maybe because he's already so rich, he wants to just try to rush that blink dagger early on.
Yeah, with 1k gold on him, there's definitely the temptation.
Yep. So lane's playing out. 1k gold lead already for Vici.
Because this is the thing, right? Even though, as we say in the mid lane, Seb is doing okay.
He's doing
But
okay.
If you're picking a Viper, you never really want to just do okay.
No.
You do want to sort of have the edge in the lane, and
I think they have to gank.
Yeah.
As soon as like the Viper hits level 6 with the Viper strike, they can rotate and try to make the gank onto the Shadow Fiend to slow him down. And that actually looks what they're doing.
they're going to make an attempt onto No-Tail up top.
No-Tail top,
root.
as well as Ori's getting gone on mid here.
They've got the Firefly surrounding him. No-Tail will pop back towards the mid lane with Ori getting dove upon.
He actually is able to distance himself before Seb can get close enough to get that Viper strike off, and he's fine.
Yeah, we'll go back to base to regen up, but they'll tag team, by the looks of it, the Willow into the lane, pick up some XP on Lanham, and we'll be able to soak up a few creeps before Ori returns. But indeed, continuing Vici Gaming to have this lead. OG still yet to really take a poke at
Fenrir.
Vici's lineup.
Walking in toward S4 and Fly here. I'm very confident, especially with Paparazzi walking in with 168 damage stolen.
Oh, jeez.
Couple hits on the Fly here. Actually, just one. OG keeps having to react to all these lanes, though. Now No-Tail's very far up.
They just saw these two other heroes come round. Got the cog pushback. Does have the backup of Fly, and
There's no battery
stomps,
assault.
they will be able to get him out of there.
Yeah. No battery just yet. But 11. Level 6 has lasso available, and they're stacking a lot of these camps for him to be able to farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No tell. Looking to get aggressive up to Fenrir here. Fenrir is dead.
All right.
With the attack speed slow, he actually can't kill the cog, but now Fenrir last one up. Or sorry, last one up, no tell.
Look, I'll fly. They get no tail as well though. Jarrett's there, looks to put a stop to it with the stomp, but catch both. Holds back, no tail's fine.
They're clearing a lot of this stack though with that Firefly being placed on top of it here. They will actually finish it. Vici continuing to stay ahead in this game.
And as you can see, the gold difference between the two mid laners, especially. There's a clear 1k advantage now for Ori's SF. So, as we said, you know, Seb, he did okay, but we've got to see what the plan actually is with this Viper. Like, how do they sort of utilize this Viper out of the laning stage?
Look at again, Fenrir stacking another camp. These constant stacks are really going to enable this Bat Rider to get quite an early Blink Dagger. 11. Getting dove here right now at the bottom lane.
Very hard for No-Tail to close the gap with the Firefly up. They do have the support movement.
OG's trying to make a play here onto mid, but at the same time, it's Vici. They're making a move onto top lane. They're looking for S4 if he uses that orb aggressively.
I mean, it does mean that their Razor in the mid lane is on his own. So OG may be successful with this. Razor stepping forward. And they'll lead him. They've got the Viper Strike upon him. Paparazzi surrounded as he will fall. OG successful with the move. Same time up top. Did get the stun onto S4, but can't quite close the gap. OG getting themselves that kill. Making sure they lose nothing up top.
I think this was a movement just for the stack, to be honest with Vici. We see Ori clearing it out. Because Kung the puck, like, S4 hadn't used the orb, so it was like an ambitious play, but I think taking the stack was their priority, and sure, they lose Paparazzi for it.
And see Jax head back over, was looking towards the room, but Lanham was there already.
Lanham already level 6 on Dark Willow. Fenrir only level 4. I believe that there's a tome. Yeah, tome is available now, though. Whenever he does have it delivered.
I'm doing on my Blink Dagger. 11, 1200.
Yeah, he finished like Tranquil Boots and an extra Windlace. Look at this No-Tail, getting aggressive. Bat. 11, getting chased.
Has to Firefly himself out of there. Now No-Tail.
He's all stickied up. He's got 4 stacks on him already.
It's a lot of slow. Is it enough? 11 trying to keep his distance. He's very low here. 11.
He's keeping him stacked up.
He's
got 7 stacks on him now.
I don't know if 11 can do this. He's got no points in the flame breaker with 11 incredibly low. 8 stacks.
8 stacks. They're going to go for No-Tail.
They've got it now. They've got the root. Paparazzi comes in and they will shred him. No-Tail to fall. Can they actually get Paparazzi out there? Fly and Seb, who's TP'd in for this fight, trying to get the catch onto him, but they can't quite close the gap.
Man, I love when I see Bat Riders get anything above 6 stacks. You actually you crawl, especially versus level 4 sticky. A lot of space though for S4. Almost actually has the Veil fully finished up on the courier coming out and get some damage on the tower.
Same time they're mid. Trying for the push in TP to come through from S4. There goes the quick cog knock back. They've got the root from Lanham coming in mid. They're looking towards Fly. Fly trying to get himself out of there. Will do so for now. S4 mid lane tries to make a play with Dream Cog. Jumps back, but he's actually jumped into the root.
Oh my god.
No! He'll fall. The Terrorize for Lanham buys him some time, but it's not enough as the Maledict ticks him down.
Oh, S4 getting a bit unlucky there, jumping into the root.
Still, Vici.
How much was Lanham worth? He was only worth 229. I thought he'd be worth a bit more because of how farmed he was. But Fenrir gets a lot of money there on the Clockwork. Finishes up the Urn as well as the knowledge. So level 6 Clockwork now. They can look to punish the Viper as well as the other Titan. A lot of these heroes can get caught out by this clock in this game. Lanham gets scouted by the Dominator creep. That's the thing is too, like the Visage, Gravekeeper's Cloak in this game, they have a lot of ways to break it very quickly. The Razor ultimate, as well as Bat Rider Firefly, and then also Battery Assault and Dark Willow. Like the Bedlam breaks that pretty much instantly.
Dire are
See what they can do here mid as the tier 1 falling very, very low.
Hook shot.
Fenrir. It's found Jarex on the side, flies there, looking to try and offer some sort of safe. They've got the Dream Coil onto 2. They're looking to turn this here as S4 jumps in with the silence of the stomp. They managed to kill off the clock, and they're going to be able to get Lanham as well. OG looking for the turnaround play. I said that about Lanham. Can he play his way out of this? Surely not. They'll chase him. He's certainly making work for it, but they'll still get it. S4 finds the double kill as OG with a very successful turnaround as the hook shot was just a hook shot too deep.
Yeah. 11 trying to evade these birds, but now he's walked into all 5 heroes of OG.
Uh-oh. He's gone.
He bought his blink. He did end up getting it before
Okay.
he died, so now they do have ways to initiate the fight besides that clockwork. But OG, they start to punch back. Very needed.
Still, though, those 2 cores remain at the top. Ori and Paparazzi.
They're going to get some tower damage though, and they got deep wards during all this as well. So they're going to see some of the rotations coming out from Vici. They see Fenrir already positioned here.
Jarex coming in to play around with him. But the Viper Strike, Fenrir in a whole world of trouble here as he just gets focus fired down.
Oh,
Ori
look at
turning
the
up
stun.
some big raises that were set up there, allowing him to burst down the Witch Doctor, but they've lost 2, and now they could just surround the SF. They're going to be able to get Ori as well. OG taking 3, the Earth Splitter, bringing 11 back down. He'll turn with the lasso. Does have Paparazzi turning up, but he's falling so low, 11, he's going to drop. We'll be able to make sure that they get the Viper kill as well as the Elder Titan in return. But a bit of a messy fight. Overall, though, OG are going to be just a little bit happier with that.
They get the tower, and you're seeing the power of their lineup when they start to 5-man up. And now Paparazzi steps up a bit too far up.
He's dead? Surely. He's trying to run. They've got a hook shot coming in to buy him some time. He's going to live.
Did the Ogre Club delivery saved him?
No, it didn't.
I think it did.
Oh, it's close.
And now No-Tail will get brought down from Fenrir. Fenrir also was the one who bailed him out there with that hook, and now S4 gets rooted up, dodges the terrorize. He will be okay. I actually think the Ogre Axe delivery. I don't know if it was right after.
What?
He was sitting at like 10 HP. I don't know. That was.
No, I went to. I think you're right. No, because he did. I think it did.
I think it ticked him just
I
up.
saw when he was on 23 HP, but I think you might, because I think that was after he got the Ogre Club.
I'm not sure. It was real close.
He made
Either
it.
way, I mean, it was Fenrir coming in, getting the hook shot to stop them, but it could have been the Ogre Club.
So close. Well,
11.
10-10 now. It's pretty much even between these 2 teams.
11's getting stalked right now by Jarex and Fly, and there's a bird on top of him too.
He's
Keeping that blink
shrine.
deactivated.
Going for it here. Yeah, he should be okay.
Yeah, he TP's back to base just in case. We'll be fine. That was a little awkward there with the sleep as well as the death board. You just see them kind of looking at him for a second, but there's a haste on the Viper in the mid lane with a 4-step finish. Paparazzi stepped up far. Quite tanky on the Razor.
Good Viper strike here, but instantly the turnaround. Fenrir comes in with a hook shot. They look to burst down the Viper, but he's able to get himself outside the Cogstep. 7 will be fine. Paparazzi's still alive for now. S4 trying to finish him off, but he can't quite. Paparazzi again.
The build, treads, Ogre Axe as well as drums. It's 1700 HP Razor when he's on strength treads.
Yeah, he's living on minimal health each and every time, but he's getting out of that Paparazzi.
They can't burst him down though. Even with the Nether Toxin giving that like extra magic resistance reduction with the puck coming in, it's not enough versus this tanky Razor. They need more. They've been prioritizing Lanem a lot of farm because I was watching.
Oh!
Was he invis?
He was.
Oh, okay. I was like,
What am I at the same time? Jarex and No-Tail, they've got 11.
quick kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Elana's been spending a lot of time farming. I was watching some of their other games when he's played the Dark Willow, and he doesn't really get too much farm. Now top, S4. Almost able to get it down.
Is under attack. Dire's top
Tower
tower
secured. On bottom, tier 2.
Got it. Tier 2 is 16 minutes in. OG getting some serious push up around this core Visage.
Incredibly close game at the moment.
As you can see the wobbles on the net worth there. PG did have that advantage with this SF Razor, but those last few fights where they've just lost a hero too many have put OG back in.
Yeah, I think that
increasingly favorable position.
I think Vici really needs BKBs. Even though it's like, you look, OG does have a lot of ways to go through it, but a lot of the magical damage coming in from Elder Titan and Puck is a problem for them to actually just close the gap. Because if they just walk in and kill this Elder Titan and Witch Doctor, the fight is much easier for Vici. Got a smoke. Fenrir. Trying to spot it out. But during all this, from those deep wards that OG placed earlier, they're seeing all of Vici move here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So they know exactly where 11 is too with that
Dire
blink
are
dagger.
scanning.
Trying to scout out with the birds, as well as a catapult.
Let's see what they can go for.
They get another. They get a D ward actually here.
Put the spirit out onto 11, keeping VG very much at distance. Fenrir can try for a hook
Radiant's
shot.
top tower is under attack.
But
Ori
there's
is
a lot
very-
of heroes.
Ori's very close to the BKB. Looks like they want to try to catch it with the blink dagger.
Taking a try straight onto the Viper, bringing him back in, but immediately S4 comes on the backline. He's got the 3-man Dream Coil and Silence. They've got the control onto Ori. Ori's going to get brought down. Can't get the damage out to Fly in time on the side. The birds beating into Fenrir. They've found 2 OG. They do lose Fly, but overall, VG losing more. S4 jumping in on minimal health to finish off another. As that was just a perfect jump at the start of that fight from S4's puck, coming in on the back lines, getting that 3-man Silence and Coil, making it very hard for VG to get the fight together. And as you say, you know, for Ori, he was probably saying, guys, can we just let this go, wait for the BKB? Because without a BKB, he does get bursted very quickly.
Yeah, I think they need those BKBs versus S4 in this moment because he's got the Veil, he's got the blink dagger ready to counter initiate. So sure, you see the lasso come out, it catches the ideal target, but there's still Visage birds that can stun. There's still the puck that jumps in the back. So Vici, like we said, really needing those BKBs to take the fights versus OG versus puck.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, OG, they punch back. Drums are finished on Jarex. Getting a lot of items not coming out. Full No Tail with a full BKB on Visage.
And not often the sort of early item you expect on this hero.
No, but I mean, we did say there's a lot of ways for them to break the Gravekeeper's cloak, but that's all magical damage that really is besides that Razor ulti. So now he can actually be that tanky force in the midst of the fights. Interesting adaptation there from No Tail rather than going for the pipe.
OG looking to just keep control of this lead that they've got. 3k advantage at the moment with this smoke. Who are they going to find? It's going to be Lanham, but ooh,
That's
Lanham.
the Shadow Realm off.
He does.
For now.
He should still be in a bit of trouble now with the Terrorize. He's got a chance. He's trying to play with it, but the Stomp comes from Jarex. They will find Lanham. BG, can they do anything in response? Because OG's pretty deep here. Doesn't look like they can, though. They don't have Paparazzi around, so they will just let that be. And that's still fine for them. It is just the support Willow going down.
But they look to the Roaster now with Alpha Wolf as well as this Medallion on No Tail.
See if he can get him in
They
time.
can bring this down very quickly.
Dire's bottom tower is
Are
under
they going to be
attack.
aware of this going on at all?
They used the Firefly already, and I do believe they have both the BKBs.
They're going to scout it out.
It's coming out on the Courier, that second BKB, and they're going to be too late. Unfortunately, dead.
They're not getting here for the Roche. Do they really want to take a fight after it? That's the question. Paparazzi says yes, we do. He's leading him with the BKB. Straight away, chasing them down. Fly gets forced back up to the high ground. He'll be fine. S4 jumps up as well. That's a BKB charge committed from Paparazzi, and they can't find a kill immediately. Lanham will try for the route. They do have the lasso jumping in. BKB now from Ori. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of No Tail. Turning towards Jarex. Hurstbiller comes out. It's not going to clip onto anybody. Ori keeping his distance. Goes to the Requiem build-up to reduce the damage coming out from OG. OG will still find Lanham. They'll take down the Dark Willow. See if they can chase more. Fenrir gets beat down by the Death Wall. Both supports of VG will fall. So VG with a little bit of an awkward attempt on the fight. They're both, of course, committing the BKB charges, but OG keep themselves to the side. Sure, they lose the Aegis, but they still come out on top.
No, definitely. And now they're going to be able to pressure Tier 2. And because of all this gold that they've gotten in the last few moments, there's a couple Force Staffs on the side of OG. So
Yeah.
you see Paparazzi walks in with the Link, and then 2 Force Staffs come out.
Now
and
11.
doesn't get a kill. Now 11 walks up too far. Quickly brought down.
It's no back rider for 50 seconds. OG.
Finding
Much
their
they want to
footing.
try and get away with. Paparazzi is also looking to take a tier 2. See if OG respond, and they will. Mass TP's coming back.
Yes, the
Looking
BKB.
for him. He does have a TP and will pop it now.
Dire's top
Get himself
tower
out of
is
there
under
back to base.
That's quick BKB charges whittling away, though, and they really need these BKBs versus OG's draft, as we mentioned. So 11, who had it, who's farming really well on the bat, now is 2 and 5 and 3, unable to really find any good lassos in this game so far. He's pretty much just been getting killed instantly, and his team has been following suit every time a lasso does come out. And some more items coming out from OG. See the Viper now has the full Aghanim is pretty much finished, and yeah, look at this Look at these gold swings and experience swings from that, all from that top situation, right? When they tried to go for that lasso, when they were just shy of their BKBs, everything just took a turn for the worse for them.
Okay, you got 3 cores really coming into the game and 11 falling behind. In comparison, I mean, look at OG's versus VG's hero.
And they're building even more force staffs on the side of OG. Jarex as well now, since they're playing. I mean, it's not even just versus like that Razor. It's also versus Clockwork. You have so many ways to just disengage from the fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
They're looking to
are
siege down
fortified.
bottom a bit here. All of OG position. They've got the Ags on the Viper now finished too. Level 15 for that extra
Dire's
corrosive.
top tower is under attack.
Very durable.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're looking to threaten. They're looking to threaten this bottom.
Dire's top tower.
This is
Oh, look at the jump. They're looking for the Willow. They've got it.
on him. On him actually forced to buy back.
No hesitation. Yeah, S4. Some of the jumps that he's been making have been incredibly clean. Some very nice puck play from S4. Well, they will hold the base, or at least push back OG momentarily with that buyback. With the threat of 5 heroes here waiting on the defense. OG, they don't need to rush it too much. There's always the chance to wait for the second Roshan and look again to sort of set up control around the pit.
Now they've got a good amount of gold on their heroes now too. They can back up and pick that up. But if Vici oversteps their bounds, definitely can look to fight here. There's no coil right now on S4.
Let's see what they can do. Armstrong and a paparazzi. Fenrir comes in with a hook shot onto the Viper on the side. They have managed to get the grab onto S4. That's puck out of the fight. BKB's committed by Ori and Paparazzi. They're looking to chase down for more. They're looking for Seb. Seb forces himself to the side, gets another Viper strike out onto the Shadow Fiend. Holding Ori back for now.
There's a shrine available for Vici. They want to fight around it.
This is, yeah, a bit of an awkward place for OG to be. They're still thinking about it. I mean, they're at least dissuading VG from chasing for more. It is a 1-for-1 so far that VG will be okay with getting the puck. They did have to commit BKB charges for this, though, so are now without those. So No Doubt did not have to pop his own BKB, has the money for completed Solar Crest.
And they're going to back up. They're going to push the lanes out. OG's still in a comfortable spot.
He's still close, though, because of how big Ori's Shadow Fiend is.
Yeah, he's got like a full SNY now,
Yeah,
right?
he's pretty tanky.
And Paparazzi too. These two cores are still keeping ahead of OG, even though they are behind overall in the game. His plate mail finished up on the Razor. It's really it's really important for Paparazzi to actually stick on a target. If he can get the link off and they can actually get the fight going as the BKBs pop off too, and they actually kill a hero right away, then that's their big advantage. But if they're unable to get that link off and their BKBs are wasted, that's where OG just really can start to run over them there.
And as we saw, even though S4 has a lot more net worth than the Batrider, if 11 finds a lasso, he's pretty much dead in the fight.
Yeah.
So until that Lincoln's is there on S4, he's certainly got to be very careful.
Yeah, if they can get like the jump onto S4 into that roop, into the Bramble Maze, and then they can still easily pick him off. It's the next pickup on Lana. I mean, it will be that Yules for next for the Willow. Not really that close to it though.
Neither team opting to look for any sort of pick-off play at the moment. Just pushing out the side lanes, force for the back complete.
The supports of OG are staying very close to Seb in particular, because he's the only one who's really at risk of getting picked off when he's doing this. Like the puck, not really the easiest hero to kill, and then No-Tail has a BKB and he's just kind of farming. So sitting behind Seb, something they need to do. And now Vici though, they see this Viper pushed up a bit far. They've got lasso available. They are slow. S4 is not quite here yet either. Look for the jump.
They've got it. Straight away on top of Mad, dragging him back into it all. He gets terrorized back as well. No chance for a reaction, and they're looking for more. Seb's actually going to buy back for this one. Fenrir gets Maledicted, Death Ward's down. Fenrir gets bursted. Paparazzi does get the BKB off. There has to be a BKB and run out of this. Jarex at S4 trying to chase. Can't quite close the gap with the stomp.
So
S4
close.
is going to have Blinkenor back up in a second. So can still certainly look to chase, and he will. Gets the kill, now jumping as well on towards Lana. See, you can find the second one out of this one. S4 getting forced forward by Jack. Taking a lot of damage from the Bedlam. He may have gone a little bit too far here as he gets rooted. S4 does manage to jump across to the orb. Further. Can he blink away? He's going to have to blink up. Can he get himself into the tree line? He can, but 11 is hunting for him and finds him. S4 will fall.
I think maybe JerAx's force step actually led to his demise.
You gotta look. I think it did. JerAx sort of egged him on, and I was like, "Go for it! You got this, man."
But then now they get the push going because this Viper is, or because the Razor is dead. So threatening that tier 3.
They've got it. They've got that siege. The familiars. They don't seem to want to try for anything more though.
11 has lasso in 5 seconds, as well as the Razor respawning, so they do want to take a fight here, especially with Puck dead.
They've got a hook shot as well.
They're trying to push out here.
They can definitely find a catch, and they'll look towards Notail, dragging him back into the lasso, into the clutches of Ori. Is pretty beefy, Notail. Plus the BKB, is he beefy enough against its physical damage? I don't think so. He is. Notail will fall. They're even going to be able to find themselves another.
Is JerAx as well? They don't find it as
They do get fly on the side. JerAx able to get out of there. So no, I mean OG, they try for a push, they get a tier 3 tower, but cost them quite a few lives. So, as Vici are able to defend and push them back out of it.
Yeah, 2K, not only a 2K lead for OG, and you see this Shadow Fiend, that net worth.
It's getting big, Ori. You're starting to see already, just there's no real sort of answer to the right clicks of Ori.
Until the BKB start wearing down. Once that BKB is almost 5 seconds on Ori. So I mean, you see like every single time he has BKB active, sure, he feels a god mode, but whenever he doesn't, OG does have very good options to be able to burst him.
And they do have the Lincolns on S4 now as well, so it has to worry a little less about 11 getting his catch.
11's queued up a BKB now too. S4, he's looking for the bat, unable to find. It's a very Magic community focused game though, even the Viper's gone queued up in BKB.
Just a 1k lead now. It's Vici closing that gap. 1k to 2k hovering between. Oh yeah, just going in on the right click next. Can the MKB done? They've got the open mid.
Quick easy kill with the hook shot.
Just a little one though.
Just some harassment. Shadow Fiend is quite speedy with that SNY and movement speed.
Okay, Notail picking up the Shiva's
guard.
Gonna
go Shiva's, okay.
Needs that extra armor. Talk about the Shiva's guard. Paparazzi has got his own finished. Yep.
Paparazzi, try to go for top end. To find it.
Very hard to catch out there.
Oh, they actually
with the stomps.
Wow, they actually got S4 bottom. I think they got the blink. They had the vision, so they got the blink force staff to cancel the Lincolns and then the lasso follow up.
So those little smart plays that are really going to pay off.
Yeah.
No S4 on the map for 60 seconds. You know, it's incredibly unlikely that anyone on OG is going to try and make any sort of play.
Yeah, OG, it seems like when, I mean, this is usually what happens when you're playing versus a Bat Rider as well. If you split up, you're going to start getting
He's got a hook shot back as well. Benret. Oh, he's going to miss. Oh, no.
They had the high ground vision, so they did see him coming in. So JerAx was able to juke it out. Bottom, Vici, they're trying to get them to the tower. Fly actually force staffs aggressively in.
The tower's still full. On the side, Notail. Coming in with a bit of a wraparound.
Yeah, I think though, it's kind of a rule of thumb. When you're playing versus Bat Riders, a lot of times when you start splitting up, that's when the game starts to slow down and it gets into the favor of the Bat if it's a close, even game. So I think now for OG, I think they want to be playing a little bit more together because it does seem like they're getting picked off a lot in the last few moments. They've lost like 2 or 3 heroes because this Bat getting the catches. JerAx walks up to put down a sentry. It was spotted though. See tons of pings coming out from Vici. And Vici, they want to get aggressive. They've got lasso. They've got everything they need. They've got a full MKB as well now on Ori. So the physical damage is there. They've got lasso. Who's the target?
Let's have a look. It's good up Daedalus as well, Ori. Going full in on the physical.
OG might be smoking themselves as well, so this could be a big battle coming out here. Vici, they're on the low ground. Trying to gain themselves the high ground here.
Onto the low ground. Here we go. See the jump. They've managed to get one grab Ori straight in the middle of it all with the BKB and the Requiem. That's going to be Notail out of it. Damage from this SF far too much. That's the Visage down. Fly just turned with the Death Lord onto the Shadow Fiend. In fact, he's able to take it in return, but they have lost 2 on OG. The rest of them doing their best at fighting through it all.
Paparazzi gets brought down too.
They're managing to find these turnaround kills. They've got the stomp onto the clockwork. He's surrounded. That's going to be another gone. Lanham coming in with the bedlam, trying to clean up, but they've got the magical damage, the AoE and such to bring down a 4th. OG will take the fight.
It's like when the BK, as soon as the initiation comes out, Vici, they pop both BKBs instantly. They get the big combo to be able to kill No-Tail, but then their BKBs wear off, and they're very susceptible to the puck.
Oh, yeah.
3,000 damage from S4 in that last fight.
I mean,
because
S4's doing a lot this game, it really is.
They were standing other than other
doing
Toxin
so
too.
much.
And now 11 as well.
They've got
He's
it.
dead. And now they've got high ground push. There's buyback and a couple heroes here, but
S4's really putting the work in this game. Some of these puck plays have been phenomenal.
what a back and forth game.
29 to 23. Back to that little bit of a lead for OG, but still that SF is. I mean, how does he sort of deal with this? He's cute at the rugby. Do you want to see him maybe get something else that's a bit more defensive for him? I mean, what could he get? Lincoln, Scardy, Butterfly for the evasion. Is there anything that could have helped him out in these fights?
I think he's just getting killed because the magic damage. As soon as BKB's gone, the Nether Toxic comes down under him, and then all the magic damage from OG is way too much, as well as like Cask and Maledict. I think they have to be a little bit more patient on stacking their 2 BKBs, especially on these 2 cores.
There's not really anyone on your team to build a pipe, is there? I mean, could you sort of look towards your bat and say, look, mate, I know you're saving up your money. Can you get a pipe instead?
They left the cheese. Okay, Jarek's just like, we're not leaving the cheese.
Yeah, 11's changing his item build as well, because he did have the BKB queued up. Now he's queued up the yours.
Okay.
I'll take that.
So, I mean, yeah, another way to sort of break the Lincolns and get the grab and still have your 4 staff to mobilize yourself out of the fight. Get that successful drag.
He switched back to BKB.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Magic Community is just the most important thing. Fenrir top, Death Ward, more than enough damage with that Maledict.
He's going to pop.
Keeping the Spirit on top just in case, too, for that extra magic damage. 636 Maledict tick. Ouch.
So for the time we got Cheese, Jarek's is keeping it.
Yeah.
Who's he passed off to?
Giving it to Seb.
Jarek's
is also queued up for a BKB now, too. So if he can actually get BKB on this Elder Titan, that'd be devastating for the Vici lineup. Because if he just stands next to SF and Razor, they're put to 0 armor. And we've already been seeing how fast they die once those BKBs deactivate.
There we go. Into the mid lane. Where's the answer from Vici? They are going to jump forward. They have managed to find the lasso. They drag him back. They've got him out. No chance to pop the cheese. The Earthsplitter will come through, take down 11. BKB now wears off for Orion. This is the time of the fight where he's got to get out of there, but he's not going to get the chance to. The bounces for the cast. The Maledict, he's gone. Ori's out of the game for 80 seconds, and so's Lanham.
This Rax is dead. They got the Viper, but that was pretty costly for them.
Yeah, they cost them 2 heroes.
And now this is 2 set.
And 11 holding on to his buyback for now. He does have it available, but as you say, even if the back comes back and he hasn't got a lasso, they might get more than 2 sets. If they realize buybacks aren't coming out, I mean, OG, they could take the whole lot here from Vici Gaming.
11's forced to buy back here. There's still 54 seconds without Ori because he bought the crit beforehand, so he has no buyback.
Oh, yeah, he bought
the small crit.
No buyback goal because of that.
I mean, this looks like Megas.
Sure, the bat's back. He's going to have the lasso back in a second.
But they're just throwing Lincolns onto No-Tail. That's one. And down goes the range racks in a moment, too.
OG. Got the hook shot. Fenrir trying to kick off the fight. There's 6 stacks of napalm onto No-Tail, but he removes it straight away. The BKB starts to run. Paparazzi trying to chase with his own BKB, does close the gap onto No-Tail, but there's the jump in from S4. Finds the coil still with the BKB. Paparazzi looking for big No-Tail, but he can't quite finish him. Death falls down from Fly. Paparazzi's gone. He's without buyback. GG is called. OG take the game. Wow.
What a turn.
It worked out. So as I say, for me, watching S4 play that game,
S4 had a great.
He had some massive, each and every team fight, some fantastic prioritization of jumps and such. And yeah, the No-Tail Visage, we've certainly seen it in the past, and And it worked again. And I mean, even Sepp, you know, it looked like
Sepp did have a great game. I think also
he played it well.
The thing is, though, it did seem like Vici was like this one-trick pony in the team fights, right? They'd get a lasso off, they'd kill the target of the lasso, and both BKBs would be used. And then as soon as the BKBs are down, that's when OG just reinitiates. And they always seem to have their supports alive at the end of the fights. It's like Viper would die or the Visage would die, but then a cast comes in, an Elder Titan Spirit on top with the puck follow-up, and it seems like there's no way Vici can respond with their heroes once they've lost their magic immunity. The fight's just impossible for them to take.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So OG, interesting as well, because we saw them, they suffered against Keen Gaming.
They did.
But then they proved themselves there. But as we sort of pointed out, maybe it was the draft that was the big issue this morning.
I think this draft was much more suited for OG. And I don't know if it, I mean, Vici just seems like a pretty damn good hero right now in this core role.
I think there's a lot of people that can agree to that. A hero that we've seen being played in multiple roles as well.
Yep.
I think we're going to see a bit more of it as the tournament goes on. We'll have a short break, ladies and gentlemen, but then we'll be back for more action from Group A here at DAC just in a few minutes.